guys. Yep, I'm back. Let me just yeah, the last stream got cut off for some reason. My OBS stopped screen recording, so yeah, I took a bit of a break, but yeah, I'm gonna follow this new video here. Yeah. Perfect. Can I hear the video?
This is just to be a bit.
Yeah. This video is pretty good. It's more up to date, 2024. And I guess I'll just go ahead with that. I hope he didn't make a 2025 video. Let me just make sure before I go in too deep. Looking at his channel, I'm pretty sure he made a 2026 video. Okay, that's fine. It's a year old. So far so good.
More concise.
So yeah, I set up a basic tree structure compared to the previous one. So I'll just this equal to, yep. So let's see.
Then I'm going to do opt.relative number is equal to true. Save this. This will show.
Yeah, the relative numbers is important. Dot. Yeah, so we created a variable. Number is equal to true. Alright. Let's see. Oh, nope. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Gotta write first. And let's see.
Show relative numbers in our buffer. To show this change, I'm going to do colon, source, and percent.
Oh, yeah. I could have just done source as well. Source percent. Oops, it's a lowercase. Perfect. We can see the relative.
And press enter. As you can see here, the numbers on the left-hand side are relative to the position of my cursor. I really like this option for moving around in NeoVim. So if I want to move to the line where I set up the netrw list style, I know it's 4 lines above me, so I can do 4k. And if I want to go back, I know it's 4 lines below, I can do 4k. Now I also want to know the absolute line number for the line the cursor is currently in, so I can do opt.number equal to true. Let's save this and do colon source percent. Now I'm going to set up tabbing and indentation with the following options. These 2 lines here.
Perfect. So yeah, number is equal to true. Alright, source percentage. I guess I should write first. And perfect.
Here, help set up the indentation as 2 spaces. We want to expand tabs to be spaces, and this will copy the.
Let me use ChatGPT to transcribe this. Perfect. Such a
The indentation level of the current
like I love this. I'm gonna subscribe to him actually.
line to the next one when you create a new line. If you're
I love the quality of his videos and just his whole setup.
curious and want to dive deeper
Super helpful.
into any of these options, you can check out more information by doing colon H for help and type out one of the options like auto indent and press enter. And you can read a little bit more about what it does. Now, I also want to disable line wrapping, so I'm going to do opt.wrap is equal to false. And then I'm going to add the following.
Right. And honestly, I think this might be faster. Opt.ignore case is equal true. Honestly, for my sanity, can I? Perfect. Alright, let's get it. Yeah, for my sanity, I'm just gonna write the if you include mixed case in your search. Yeah. Okay, this is a helpful one. Perfect. Ignore case, smart case, and just
to set up my search settings. I want search to be case insensitive, but if I use mixed casing in my search, then it'll change back to case sensitive. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to do colon source %.
perfect. So yeah, save this. Colon source. Perfect.
If I do / and look for ignore, and it's just regular case insensitive search.
/ yeah, good stuff.
But if I do ignore with uppercase, it won't find anything because now it's case sensitive. I also want to highlight the current cursor line by doing opt.cursorLine is equal to true. Let's save this. By the way, I'm using :W enter to save, and I'm going to do colon source % to reflect the changes. Then I want to add the following to help set up the appearance of NeoVim. We want to set term GUI colors to true.
I kind of don't like the cursor line.
So that the color scheme can show up properly. We set the background to dark. So if a color scheme supports.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just copy this one. That's crazy. I'm using all this GPU, all this RAM for just transcribing. Perfect. Right. Okay. Oops. Nope. Source percentage. Ooh, that's good.
Both light and dark, it'll use the dark version, and we want to show the sign column on the left hand side. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to do colon source %. Then I'm going to add the
What up? I didn't understand what happened here, but sure.
The following. This helps set up backspace to work as you would expect it to. Then I'm going to add the following. This will make sure that whenever we copy any text within NeoVim with any of our operators, it'll use the system clipboard so that we can paste that anywhere else on our computer. Then I'm going to set up some options for how windows will get split. I'm setting split right equal to true, so that if we split a window vertically, it'll go to the right, and the second one where split below equals.
Honestly, is there a GitHub for this one? Source code, yes. Config NeoVim. Xeon Core options. Yes. Let me not burn GPUs for this, but I'll still yeah, I'll still listen to. All right. Perfect.
Equals true means that if I split the window horizontally, it'll go to the bottom. I'm going to save this with :W enter and do colon source % to reflect the changes. And I'm going to open up the Explorer by doing colon explore. Then I'm going to add a new file under core by doing colon e lua/hosian/core/init.lua and press enter. Then I'm going to add require hosian.core.options. I'm going to save this, open the flash in colon explore. Then I'm going to add a new file under core by doing colon e lua/hosian/core/init.lua and press enter. Then I'm going to add require
Damn, you had to do all that for that.
:e lua/reflect the changes. I'm going to open up the Explorer by doing colon explore. Then I'm going to add a new file under core by doing colon e lua/hosian/core/init.lua and press enter.
Sure. Alright, let's exit this. Or we don't need to exit. We can just do colon e -core/ perfect. Insert.
Then I'm going to add require hosian.core.options. I'm going to save this, open the file explorer again, and then down in the main init.lua file, instead of requiring hosian.core.options, we can now require just hosian.core and save this file. I'm going to open.
how did he jump to the file fast? Is there like a trick?
main init.lua file, instead of requiring hosyan.core.options, we can now remove this or slash init.lua and press enter. Then I'm going to add require hosyan.core.options. I'm going to save this, open the file explorer again, and then down in the main init.lua file, instead of requiring hosyan.core.
Okay. Um, oops. Yeah, I was trying to do that. Let me just remove this and tab W. Perfect.
Core.options, we can now require just hosyan.core and save this file. I'm going to open the Explorer again by doing :explorer enter, and I'm going to add a new file to set up our key maps by doing :e lua/hosyan/core/keymaps.lua. Then I'm going to set up
Okay, key maps in core. Perfect. Command E. Lewis/core/keymaps.lua. And right.
my leader key by doing vim.g.mapLeader equal to space. I'm going to save.
Perfect. Vim.g.leader equal to space. Right.
This, and I'm going to add the following. We're using this for conciseness. Then to set up
Okay. Local key map is equal to key map.
a key map, we can do keymap.set and then specify the vim mode in which this key map will apply. For example, I want to set up a key map for insert mode with I. Then you specify the key map. I'm going to do JK. And then what this key map will do, this is going to be escape. Then finally, I'm going to create a table here where I set the description of this key map like so. And this is going to be exit insert mode with JK. And close this table and a closing parentheses. I'm going to save.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I changed my exit escape key to caps lock, so that's been pretty good so far. Kind of got used to it. Okay. So change that to JK. Change this to ES. Okay, we change that, and then add the description in curly brackets. Description. Perfect. I think that's all.
Save this. Then I'm going to open up the Explorer by doing :explore. I'm going to go to the init.lua file under core, and in here I'm going to add require hosyan.core.keymaps.
Perfect.
I'm going to save this, and I'm going to exit NeoVim by doing :q and enter. Open it up again with nvim dot and enter. Then I'm going to open up the Lua directory, Hosyan, core, and go back to keymaps. And you'll see now that if I go into insert mode, now I can do JK to get out of insert mode. All right, now I'm going to add.
Okay, let's see. If I'm in insert mode, let's see JK. W. Not bad.
The following. It sets up leader and H to clear search highlights.
Okay, you know what? 14. As you said. Oh, there's a lot. Let me just copy everything. I copy the whole thing. Yep. I used JK right there. Love that.
I'm going to save this and I'm going to do :source %. And if I start a search with /, I'm going to look for key map and press enter. Now if I want to clear these highlights, I can do leader NH. So if I do space NH, it'll clear out the highlights. And I'm going to add the following search highlights. I'm going to save this and I'm going to do :source %. And if I start a search with /, I'm going to look for key map and press enter. Now if I want to clear these highlights, I can do leader NH. So if I do space NH, it'll clear out the highlights. And I'm going to add the following two. This is for incrementing and decrementing numbers. I'm going to save this, do :source %, and then if I do a 1 here, and if I do space plus, it'll increment the number, and if I do space minus, it'll decrement it. Then I'm going to add the following to set up some key maps for splitting up.
That's so weird. Let me try it. Yeah, let's see. I'll go to the next line. So basically, if I have a 1 and do space, what? Space plus. Oops. Oh, okay, my bad. I gotta exit. So space plus. Oh, so space plus. Yeah, good shit. Yeah, subtracting is easy, but so I can just use X.
Windows. I'm going to save this with :W enter and do :source %. And if I want to split vertically, I can do space SV, split horizontally with.
Oh, this is nice. Space SV. Let me see. Oh, I like that. And what do I do to close it? Space T SH.
Space SH. I can close a split by doing space SX. And if I resize these.
SX. Make a split window. Okay. So SH I think should space SH. Yeah, that does that. Space SX. That removes that. SX. That removes that.
Splits with my mouse, I can make them equal size again by doing space SE. I'm going to close this split with space SX. The way I like to think about creating these key maps is typically to first use my leader key and then have a specific letter for the functionality I want to create these key maps for. So in this case, I'm using S for split windows, and then the letter after it describes what the specific key map does. And I'm going to add the following to set up key maps for my tabs. So again, as you can see here, I'm using T to remember that all these key maps are for working with my tabs. I'm going to save this and do :source %. And then if I do space TO, O for open, it'll open up a new tab. I'll do that again with
Okay, I like that. Space TO. Oh, like space TXW. Open and X is close. Makes sense.
space TO. If I want to close a tab, I can do space TX. If I want to go to the previous tab, I can do space TP for previous and space TN where N stands for next. I'm going to go back with space TP. Now let's say I want to open up this current file in a new tab. I can do space TF. So you'll see now that this file is in two different tabs. I'm going to close this one with space TX and this one with space TX. All right, now that we've set up our basic options and key maps, we can start setting up all of our plugins. I'm going to open up the File Explorer by doing :explore, go down here to lazy.lua and press enter to open.
All right, let's go explore. Go back to lazy.lua.
In that file. Now the first thing I want to add is the following. This will bootstrap lazy so that when we open up Neovim, it'll get installed.
Yep, I did that in the previous video as well. Nope, here. So go here and go back, lazy.lua. Just copy the whole thing. So JK. Right. Oh, I gotta change the names. So, or wait, let me do /Ocean. I don't know how to delete a word, so DW. Ooh, nice. And okay, got that sorted. If I want to go to the next one, what do I do? So delete word. I'm in. Perfect. Looks good. So JK. Okay, JK is actually pretty correct. WQ. Perfect. Okay. Sorry guys, I gotta leave.